Hey YouTube, Wheelchair 21 here, and this is the review for SHF Figuarts, or I should just say SH Figuarts. Shinken Gold with a Samurai Sentai Shinkenja Kunakuro. I will not display the Kunakuro like I did in just like I did in Shinken Red's review. There's no need to. It's practically what it looks like on the box. It's just sitting there and doing nothing. As you can see, I already have Shinken Gold on display. Shinken Gold is probably better than Shinken Red for the probability that the fact is the joints are slightly looser, easier to pose, and have less problems. They're not as tight as the Shinken Red is. As you can see, as I should say, the posability is the same as Shinken Red, as in toe joint, ankle joint, double knee joint, hip joints, wrist joints, elbow joints, shoulder joints, and the neck joint. The neck on this is pretty long, but I think it's just for the fact that the head is slightly out of scale than the last figure art that was made in the Sentai line. Shinken Gold comes with favorable accessories like a sheath, partially sheathed Sakamananta blade that he can hold quite well with a special holding hand, different than a regular grasping hand, as you can see on this hand. There's just the bit of the thumb and the angle in the hand, which will easier hold the blade. This blade, you can't really attach the disc, his attack disc, on this for some reason. It's a little tighter to get on, and it's afraid that I might break the blade, which I'm worried to do. So I can show the disc, but I will show it on the fully de-sheath Sakamananta. Another version of it that comes with the figure is a sheath version, which is actually really nicely detailed once on display. It has like the blue on the fin and actually the red little eye dotted in, even on both sides if you can see clear enough, and the emblem of the Shiba household on the blade. This actually attaches quite nicely onto his back, where you can see there's a nice little hole here to attach it to, as I will attach it to now, just for laughs. Eventually, when displaying this, I usually display it most likely with the Daigoyo that comes with it. As I will show right now, it comes with these pieces of Daigoyo. Daigoyo's arms in rod form, and Daigoyo's lantern form with head in. And I don't believe the head comes out. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. I don't know. I don't believe it does come out at all. I think it just stays like this. I've not actually checked the back of the box or the instructions quite nicely. I should probably check that right now. Nope. The head stays in the whole thing, which is kind of a little bit of a bummer that you can't display Shinken Gold's actual little buddy here's face, Daigoyo. Other than that, the accessories are, like I said, you have also the origamis. Ika, who I think has some posability. No, wait, yeah, you can actually turn the body to rotate it, so you can actually do its flying missile attack. And it's quite, I would say, it's quite in scale to how it would be displayed in the show. I think it was just slightly smaller, just a slightly smaller scale, maybe a 0.5 scale decrease to it, and you'd have the exact size of when he would hold it in his arms. And you actually have a nice, huge Ebi origami to display with the Shishi origami. The claws actually are a little bit posable. I think you can bend them. I'm not too sure. They're not that bendy. I'm afraid it might break the joint. I don't want to take the risk. But I do love the detail on it. All the detail seems to be there, even on the tail fin, the body. Nicely designed. Bottom is even designed. They even put the truth symbol for Daikai Shinkeno. And that's pretty awesome, I gotta say. The other hands that Shinken Gold comes with are the closed fists and open palm fists that we usually see on Figuarts. The other thing is, like I said, the power disc and D-sheath Sakamananta. Sakamananta. I don't know how to exactly pronounce it correctly. I've never been good at pronouncing this weapon, along with the sheath itself. like this, you have the full version where technically the blade here is not in the hand right, as I can see right now. I have it off the wrong way since I have the blade now fully reversed. Oh, sorry. I have the blade fully reversed like this in his arms, where it should be actually like this. So that's bad judgment on my behalf. I forgot because I wasn't looking at the small D-sheathed version, which I will now display. Uh, since he fights with the reverse blade style of this, like, small dagger, mini katana, as I call it. I don't know what the exact phrase would be for this exact mini blade weapon. On the box, it shows him posed like the backhand, like kind of little thing he would do when he would battle off or get ready to strike again. And I enjoy it. I mean, it's a beautiful design for the figure. It actually shows a lot of the design that it does have. And like I said, I mostly don't usually like this weapon. I mean, I liked it in the show. I like the sword fighting style that he used. But I mostly like to preferably display the Daigoyo, since in the later part of the series, he only used mostly used Daigoyo in most fights. So I will need to take off this hand, pop that off. That's a little ball joint hand as usual. And watch Shinken Gold stand here nicely for a quick second. Stand. Be a good boy. Quickly throw the hand in the box. Take the disc off the sword. Throw the sword back in the box for the time being. Because once I'm done with this, I'm going to be putting all my parts in my little display box that I have. And not using the parts barely ever again. So the rod of Daigoyo, little baton, battle baton. I know I can't really figure out what the actual weapon is called that it's based off of, but it's one of those metal rod batons that usually are used for de-swording your opponent. And it's also part nightstick, since for some reason Genta wanted to make Daigoyo a paper lantern cop for some reason. I don't know if that was just plain incompetence or just Genta being Genta. In America, we have still yet to know if the paper lantern is going to be used and used for the American character Antonio. At this time, this figure art I love more than the Shinken Red figure art, just due to the fact that its posability is quite better than the Shinken Red. It's great to display both together, like I have. It's kind of hard to display both together, but yeah, let me just try. Genta, stay still. Stay still for 1 second. And then you got Shinken Red here, who's hard as hell to pose his arm. And there you go. Shinken Red and Shinken Gold from Samurai Sentai Shinkenger. And I mean, the problem with these, like I said, the problem with the first wave of the Shinken Reds are they're very tight, where Shinken Gold is very freaking loose. I mean, it's hard to get his ball joints to stay in the right spot because his feet here and here are very loose. Where Shinken Red, he's tight all over the place. He's one of the tightest Figuarts I've had in a long time. I don't even remember which one was my hardest to move around figure art, because the last few things I've gotten in my hauls have been Figmas. But anyways, the Shinken Gold is absolutely superb and is great. Everyone should possibly get one if they like it. If they want to save the money, then get the small 4-inch figure that's coming out. And for those of you who already have it, enjoy. Sorry about the late upload. Look forward for Doors Digivolution Week. New reviews like Sigorzo, Garo, and a few Transformers. And I'll catch up with you later, YouTube, and bye.